Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Sweetie Nail Supply channel. This video will be the first in our two-part series covering 3D nail art, starting with Embo gels. So what are Embo gels? The name comes from the term emboss, which is to create a raised or carved 3D texture. These are high viscosity gels that can be used to create volume on the surface of the nail. While they are quite thick, they do still have some viscosity to them that allows them to settle and self-level, so they are best for more simplistic rounded characters and shapes. There are a few different types of Embo gels, so let's go over all of them together. One of the most popular style of Embo gels are those that come in a tube for direct application. Jello Jello, Diami, and Pochit are just a few of the brands that we offer that make Embo gels in tube form. The benefits of tube Embo gels is that they can be easily applied, come in a variety of colors and types, clear, jelly, opaque, colored, or even glitter varieties. However, if you'd like to customize your own Embo gels and use colors and gels that you already own, you can pick up an Embo powder like this one from Yogo Mayo. This powder will thicken regular polish so you can achieve embossed looks. Today we will show you how to use both different types of Embo products to create 3D swirled looks, character art, and texture. For our first design, we will be using Diami's Yori Jori line to create a simple 3D heart. Start by applying the gel straight from the tube in a general heart shape. It's okay if this initial application isn't perfect because we will go in with a liner brush and just refine that shape. The nice thing about Embo gels is that they do have that high viscosity, so they do hold their shape fairly well while you're adjusting things before curing. You can also flip the nail over if needed to help it self-level, then give it a full cure, and we are actually finished with this design. Because these Embo gels have a clear base, you can play around with adding glitter or other decorations underneath them for a bit of added texture and interest. You can also play around with the shapes. We do just recommend more rounded shapes as they will be easier to achieve with this sort of high viscosity gel, but this is the simplest way to use your Embo gels to achieve high impact looks in little to no time at all. You can also use Embo gels for cute character art. We will show you how to make this cute frog with a few of Pochit's 210 basic gels. Starting with the light green, we're going to create a simple rounded shape for the head. You can place the gel initially straight from the tube and then use a liner brush to just refine that shape. Working in circular motions will help you smooth out the surface, and you can also flip the nail to let it self-level before curing your first layer. We do recommend working in thinner layers and building up the volume. That way you can ensure your gel can cure properly all the way through. So we will apply 2 layers for the head, curing in between, and then for the eyes, simply add 2 small blobs at the top of his head, again using a liner brush just to adjust the shape to your liking, and then give it a full cure. Then to add some cute little blushy cheeks, we'll be using the light pink from the same collection, just dotting some on the cheek area, smoothing that over, and then curing it. And the last step is to take a painting gel and add your facial details, 2 dots for the eyes, a little V for the mouth, give that a full cure, top coat it, and then this nail design is finished. In just 3 simple shapes, we've managed to create a cute little character design that will be perfect for upcoming spring sets. Speaking of characters, Embo powders can also allow you to create simple character art and even customize the color of your characters. We're going to start with Syrup 14 from Yogurt Nail Korea's Vintage Foam collection and mix in a healthy amount of the Yogo meal powder. We recommend a spatula and palette for this process for easier cleanup and fewer bubbles. For characters, you're looking for a consistency that is thick enough to create volume, but will still self-level after a few seconds. If you prefer a thinner or thicker viscosity though, you can always adjust the amount of powder you use, which is one of the benefits of this method. When you're happy with the consistency, use a liner brush to apply your gel. Start again with an oval shape for the head. If needed, you can flip the nail over before curing to help it level. As with the frog, we're just going to work in layers to ensure that our gel is curing all the way through, especially since the base of this is just a regular gel polish. So after 2 layers, we are going to add the little ears on either side of the head, flash curing to make sure that they hold their shape. And then to create the snout, just add a smaller oval at the bottom half of the face, cure that, and then we'll add one final detail by outlining the ears just to create a little bit of extra definition. Give that a full cure as well, and we can move on to painting on the facial details. Here's where you can customize the face to look however you'd like it. We're using the D-Gel paint pots for these details, adding the eyes with a little bit of highlight and some blush for cuteness. Top the whole thing with a matte top coat, and this little guy is finished as well. Embo gels are really ideal for these sorts of characters with rounded, soft edges because they do have that slight amount of self-leveling, that will give you the rounded cutesy look. For our last design, let's talk about how Embo powders can also be used to add 3D texture. Start with any regular gel polish in the color of your choice and paint it over the whole nail. At this point, you want to top coat your nail either with a matte top coat if you would like a matte finish, or a normal top coat. Then you'll be using the same gel color and paint on your pattern. Be careful not to put the lines too close to one another because they will spread slightly. Here's where you can get creative and create any pattern that you would like. You can also play around with layering the colors, but just make sure that you do not cure at this stage. Instead, you're going to take your Embo powder and just lightly pour it over the surface of the nail, tapping off the excess. You want to do this a couple times just to make sure that the powder really soaks into that uncured polish, and then stick the nail in your lamp for a full cure. Then just cleanse the surface with an alcohol wipe. This will get rid of any excess powder and also preserve that texture. No need to top coat at this point since we already took care of that step, and we don't want to get rid of any of the fun texture. This is a super versatile technique. You can choose any design you'd like to mattify and create a raised look with Embo powders. That brings us to the end of this tutorial on common ways to use Embo gels. They're perfect for 3D swirls and shapes, cute simple character art, and textured designs. Those are not its only uses though, and we would love to see what you all are achieving with your Embo gels. So make sure to tag us in your work and stay tuned for part 2 of this series. We will be discussing 3D clays and how to achieve more complex 3D shapes with sculpting, but everything we used today will be linked below if you would like to try any of it out for yourself. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next tutorial, and thank you so much for watching.